The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's the start of something beautiful. A small acquaintance has blossomed, it's ripened into a precious friendship. I could have never seen what was coming for me. Hangs at the skate park, hangs by the beach. My life, it feels like it's better with you. My life, it's better with you. This is true, it's better with two. My life, it's better with you.
Hello, welcome to My Brother, and Me, an advice show for the modern era. I'm your oldest brother, Justin McElroy.
Vroom, vroom, Trav Nation. It's me, your middlest brother, Big Dog Woof Woof McElroy.
That could be thunder or the sound of a car engine that is far away. I'm Griffin.
I forgot to
McElroy.
say Travis.
Yeah, that's Travis. I'm realizing
Well, that's Griffin.
that
Griffin's got shotgun.
Yep.
And we're gunning it.
And Justin's in the sidecar.
trunk. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in the
shit.
trunk. I'm in the boot, if you will. I'm realizing I had this moment, this chilling moment when we started recording and we were doing our introductions, and then I let my mind drift, as the human mind oft does, to the off outroductions. And I realized I don't know.
We don't know how that's going to go.
We did it again.
Yeah.
We did
So
it
let's
again.
not
We had
think-
a
I
really good
included
cherry-
a fungalore wish.
No, can't do that. That was
Oh.
last year. Don't
Can we
care
do
about
it like, can we say it's like, instead of a wish to fungalore, it is a question to make the car go?
It's absolutely a question we should have had on the production meeting that we did yesterday.
No, but
That
you know,
is the-
Justin,
that is
art
what-
is a living thing.
Art's alive and we should live
the
within it, like
documents.
Osmosis Jones.
yeah, exactly like Osmosis Jones. That's a man without fear.
He's living faster than fear for sure.
Now, Travis, it's been a little bit. You were traveling. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm traveling faster than fear, Justin. Thank you for asking. I'm feeling great. I'm over my strep throat. I did have a day, speaking of Osmosis Jones, where one day, and this was like before I started my antibiotics, where suddenly, like, and I didn't even have a fever, but it was like my fever broke, and I felt like 25% better instantly. And my first thought, I shit you not, was there's an Osmosis Jones in there fighting the
Just
good
blasted.
fight.
Yeah.
Somebody just got absolutely melted by an Osmosis Jones,
Well,
and I feel better.
It could have been him. It could have been David Hyde Pierce. Zapped Thrax, if you'll remember, was the bad
he was
guy
like
in
a
Osmosis
Tylenol,
Jones.
I think, who killed Anthrax.
He was like a Tylenol that killed
Now,
anthrax.
but
Yes,
hold on,
Travis.
Thrax is just the name. He's not anthrax because Bill Murray got it from eating a monkey's dirty egg off the ground. There's a lot in that movie that reaches beyond like the limits of my capacity to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where Bill Murray picks up a dirty egg off the ground and just gooshes it into his nasty mouth has really clearly
nothing
stuck
wrong
with
with
me.
his
There's a scene where there's a party in a bar inside a pimple, if I remember correctly.
That's
and
not important.
Yes.
The stuff that happens
No, but
inside
I'm
the body
saying
is
is
not
that I
important.
could try to explain this movie to someone who hasn't seen it, and it's
Yeah.
going to sound like a fever dream or like a made-up thing.
And he gets anthrax from eating a monkey's dirty egg off the ground.
Right.
I don't think that's how anthrax. I don't think that's where anthrax came from.
No, it was from the government mail.
Awesome.
It went through the government.
like Publishers Clearinghouse.
Publishers Clearinghouse
so
or birthday
we are
cards.
just fucking jazzing right now, guys. I'm loving it after 2 whole weeks of basically telling the same joke over and over again. I feel
this week we'll
so
be picking
excited.
a new name for the year.
God,
This
what
is,
if?
This is actually really good. I was trying to figure out why I was feeling so creatively backed up. And I mean, literally, like I can feel it in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the jokes.
the
And, like,
bile.
we recorded my brother me a couple of times. Why didn't that slake my thirst? And it's
Yeah.
like, well, you didn't do any jokes.
No.
you didn't do any jokes. And you barely were creative. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
No,
like-
at that
it was
point, we were pagliacciing around of like people are laughing because of the sad clowns in front of them, but we weren't actually making jokes.
I love this new podcast where a monk whips his back with the cat of nine tails until God whispers the future into his ear. They did 2 of them this year.
We did it, and one day we'll forget. That's what I look forward to, is forgetting about this whole debacle.
It's the day in like 2032 when we're going back over the past years, and then we get to 25 and we're like,
we'll remember the name. I'm saying a shiver will go up my spine.
What I need to know is, and what I think we should have clarified last week, and I will very briefly mention this and move on. Do we have an asterisk situation, or is this a dual theme?
Absolutely not a dual theme. Tummy Buddy time stuff, I think we can drop in there.
You're not even saying it right.
Yeah, Tummy Buddy Life, I think, is going to end up being like one of those things where like there was an interim, but they still get listed hypothetically amongst the things, you know?
Yes.
Where it's like if a president like has to undergo surgery and be put under, and it's like for that hour, the vice president was president. That's like Tummy Buddy Life. But when we're listing it in like the proper,
I would just assume not mention it.
It's a brief interregnum. Nothing more need be said.
Yeah.
This is also an advice show. Well, we do need to said more things because
we do need to said more things for sure.
We need to said more things.
Yeah.
I recently started working at a Magnum PI agency. One of the things we do
That's not what it, there's no way it says that, right?
I recently started working at a PI agency. And
I think it's just pie.
I recently started working at a Raspberry Pi factory. And
and these dang things just keep hitting me in the face.
I recently started working at a PI agency, and one of the things we do pretty often is run background checks for clients. However, the more I run them, the more curious I get about what my background check might show. Mm-hmm. The problem is we do have to justify every background check. The confirmed story is someone ran a check on a very famous celebrity.
Me?
And that understandably raised some red flags with the site we use. We now have to justify every background check to the site and our bosses. Understandably so.
Yeah.
My question is, what reason can I give to run a background check on myself? That's from Curiosity Kills the Cat in Pittsburgh. Now, I want to help you, but first, I want to talk about this spy company. Listen. Hey, pal. Listen. I pay you for the spy stuff, all right? I can use that nasty spy stuff on anybody I want to, and I don't need you judging me about who I'm spying on and being a creepy sneak, okay? I pay you.
No, so Justin, you're missing the point. As soon as you, the customer, say, give me a full background check on like Tom Hardy, now there's a reason to do it. But then, because it's money, but the employee can't just do it out of curiosity. So you can, Justin, Justin McElroy, as long as you pay them, I don't know, $5 or whatever, you can run your nasty, dirty background check on anybody you want to.
No questions asked. Which does raise the question, if I can just go to a website to get background checks done on anybody I want, anytime I want, why do I need a private investigator? Because it seems like...
Oh, you have to pay an annual fee to log into the thing. And
they have the bookmarks saved already, and the passwords are already in there. It's just like
it's a long password.
I've done that. I ran background checks on you guys.
And also, if someone figures out what you're doing and they try to bring the heat to you, you need a long gone daddy with fists of steel who can come be in your corner and help punch you out of a jam, you know?
Yeah, for sure. This guy sounds cool. Tell me more about him, Juice.
Yeah, I was going to go down an avenue of like joking about background checks on you guys, but now I'm interested
more about
in
this long gone daddy.
This long gone daddy with fists of steel who's in my corner because I wanted to find out about Tom Holland or Tom Hardy or both of them. Are they going to beat up Tom Hardy for me?
No. That's all the detective stuff that I know.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a long gone daddy with fists of steel.
That's
a very selective
miles of shoe leather.
It was from a Bruce McCullough song that I was remembering, and then I don't remember any more of it. So that's it.
You need somebody to hire your PI company to investigate you.
Yeah, now watches The Watchmen
to investigate the PI companies, and that is what I'm offering to you, Sharks.
Huh. So a public investigation company.
Of the private...
There's a lot of private investigators. Where's the public investigator who just stands on a street corner like, you guys know You know, Steve?
There should be a free service that solves crimes.
Yes, right? Why
haven't we invented that yet?
Right.
Are you worried if you guys got a background investigation done on yourself? I figure there's 3 possibilities, right? 1, there's stuff on there you weren't expecting. Stuff on there, like not stuff on there that should have been on there. Or like, yeah, that's me. Which one of those 3 options
is
most satisfying to you?
I mean, I would want it to be accurate. I would hope. I wouldn't want it to have a bunch of. I don't want it to
feel fun. Like if I wanted a background check and I got a background check and I was like, yeah, that's it.
I mean, what do you want to be on there? I guess, Trav.
I don't know. Find out a secret about myself I didn't know.
You know what I always hope for? You don't see this as much because of the internet, but when I was a kid, they used to publish these big lists of people that the government owed money to. Like, come get this money. We got the money for you. Come get it. And I would love to discover something like that. That would be great if they're like, secretly, the government has $400 for you. No problem.
Well, I've talked about before, I think on the show, Griffin and I have very similar social security numbers. And that's because apparently our parents didn't get me one when I was born. And then Griffin was born. And they were like, we'll just get them both done at the same time.
That's efficient. When you got 3 rowdy boys, sometimes you got to look for little corners you can cut.
And hey, folks, before you start judging our parents, they didn't have like cell phones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
I looked it up because for a long time I was like, that seems shady because they didn't let me leave the hospital with my kids until I had one. And that apparently didn't start until like 1997. But for a long time I was like, there's a story
off the
here.
grid. Yeah.
If we started talking too much as kids, they didn't have an iPad they could give us. They had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Just a pad.
Turn the lights off. Put it face down on the carpet, then run out of the room real fast.
Mr. Beast wasn't even alive yet.
No.
Mr. Beast was dead. He was unborn.
He was pre-dead. Our Mr. Beast was Mr. Bean. That's how when Mr. Beast was just a Mr. Bean in
because Mr. Bean, Mr. Wizard, Mr. Beast.
Our Mr. Beast was an old man who would show up at your house and give you a check from the Publishers Clearinghouse.
And that
was our Mr. Beast. He didn't do anything fun. He didn't make blood sports for everyone to compete in.
What reason could there be?
I got enemied, and there's a version of me out there walking around. Maybe you've seen them. They are getting a lot of fights, and they run a lot of stop signs, and they're getting me in a lot of trouble. So I need to check my background because I have forgotten which one of us is the real one.
Oh.
I watched Enemy on a Plane, and I think that's what happens in that film.
It's just called Enemy?
Is it called Enemy on a Plane?
It's not called Enemy on a Plane. That would be cool. It would be a much more condensed version of the film if there were 2 Jake Gyllenhaals on the same plane.
To be fair,
they wouldn't have to look for each other.
That's how I feel every time I get on a plane and somebody immediately like hits me weird, and I'm like, "That's my enemy on this plane." Whatever I see them out of the corner of my eye. They're making faces when a baby's crying.
Truly an unhinged way to live your life.
You guys don't do that? You don't create little kayfabe wherever you go?
I don't need rivals. Like, I already have so many haters crawling out of the woodwork to come and grab my stash.
Sometimes it's nice to just have a little private ire towards someone where you're saying, I don't like that, but they'll never know it.
I have something like that, and it's the opposite, and it's called getting through the day, and it's where I have to tell myself, you love this person. You're all just trying to get through.
Everyone's doing it.
Hey,
I'm not going to act on it. It's not like, and I've decided to say so. It's just like when they do something, it makes me feel superior to them.
But
little hate in your heart.
Travis, you gotta
not hate, judgment.
Your thoughts have energy, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're telling your heart that with your brain.
Yeah, I'm powering the plane with my energy.
Some people are really susceptible to that stuff.
Some people are, Trav.
I'm a big energy guy.
Have you noticed that, Trav?
I've noticed that.
He's more of an energy.
I mean, look at him. He's doing jazz hands.
Travis, even you saying that gave out a pulse. A different vibration, and I'm feeling it now. And I got to say, it put a bad taste in my mouth.
So what you're saying, Griffin, is that I'm sending negativity to you, and you're
doing it right now to me right now, and I'm picking it up with my dish.
Tell your boss you're looking for a new job, and you're worried about what's going to show up on your background check. And then if it's bad, tell your boss, on second thought, I guess I'll stay here. I'm worried about some stuff that may or may not be about to come to the surface. And this is for you, because if I'm in your employ when this stuff comes out, it's not good for anybody.
Not great.
And then at the end of the day, you're like, remember earlier, I just want to say psych.
Got you.
Here's another question.
Please.
How do I show a hairdresser what kind of hair I want without showing them a photo of Sonic's dad from the Sonic movies played by James Marsden? That's from Sonic 3 is 4 out of 5 stars.
That's good. That's a great rating for that. That film's so stupid and so much fucking fun.
Man,
I can't recommend Sonic 3 enough.
Am I going to see Sonic 3 by myself?
Did you see Sonic 2?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you got to see Sonic 3. Love this little guy. I can't get enough of him.
Why not show him a picture of James Marsters?
No.
James Marsters is a different guy.
Marsden.
It's one of the hardest things to remember in life is which one each one is. And this is something that we all struggle with all the time.
Yeah, I think if it's Marsters, they're coming from the top. If it's Marsden, it's a bear in a den. That's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's the good. That's the good mnemonic device. You could show him. I just spitballing here. A picture of James Marsters from James Marsden. I did it too. You show him a picture of James Marsden from any other project. If I could recommend, what is the Jury show? Jury Duty. That's a good one. He's great in that.
What about just like a series of James Marsden from different things? Like, and I could look like this guy from X-Men, or this guy from Sonic, or this guy from Superman Returns.
They're like, hey, these are all James Marsden. Like, that's weird. I guess
now that you mention it,
that is weird.
Yeah.
What incredible hair James Marsden has. I'm
looking at
Lord in
pictures
heaven.
and it's like
consistent.
It's so rock steady, but it looks stylish.
It's like rock steady in a shaggy way. It's amazing. Like it looks like it always looks great. I mean, this is what I'm like aspiring to and can never.
Juice, I think you're Juice. Honestly, I think you are close, getting closer all the time. I'm looking at your hair. I'm looking at James Marsden hair. It's not that different. The
problem is James Marsden hair in the Sonic movies is not consistent. He's growing with Sonic, isn't he? As Sonic,
like an emotional hair.
If you compare Sonic 1 Sonic's dad to Sonic 3 Sonic's dad, I feel like as the radical attitude of Sonic has,
it's teaching him,
helping him to grow. I think he's got a little bit more of a waterfall in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. God, he looks so cool.
Sonic. Okay, James Marsden has hair like in a video game where you're building a character, and like Stardew, for example, and you put a haircut on them, and it's like, that's their hair.
It's the platonic
every
ideal.
time you see them.
It's standard hair.
You know what I love about James Marsden?
Tell me now.
There's a lot.
I'm getting worked up.
Yeah, here's what I love about James Marsden is that it all seems attainable. A lot of guys, you look at these Brad Pitts, you know what I mean? You're like, never.
They're
different echelon.
You look at James Marsden, and folks, if you don't do this, you're going to laugh, but you look at James Marsden, and there's something about him where you're like,
something there.
Maybe if I guess I could, I guess he's approachable, right? When in reality,
you don't mean approachable like approachable and like talking to you. You mean approachable like I could approach that level.
I could, it's like, I think most straight white men want to be James Marsden, but they can't realize when they've gotten there, and they just keep pushing past
they want to
be
George Clooney, but they would be happy to be James
that's
Marsden.
not true. That's not true. I don't want to be him in the same way I don't want to be some sort of space angel. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't be a horse. I can't just become a unicorn.
I see.
But James Marsden, if I put a lot of work into my appearance.
I mean,
if I put
I don't know, man. He's got a jawline.
It's not, but the fact that you're right is immaterial.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's
a mental thing, right?
But I also think that makes it easy to root for James Marsden, because it's like, he's like one of us. You know, like when someone, like you're watching whatever the one where, what's his face? Mark Wahlberg gets to play for the Eagles. And it's like, he's one of us. He's made it. When I see James Marsden out there doing it, I'm like, yeah, man, there's a handsomer version of myself.
Travis, yes. It's so wild that this super handsome dude that got to be Cyclops at X-Men, I'm still like, come on, James.
You can get there.
You can get him.
But you're rooting for James.
What?
But
He's
you're
in the
rooting for
big-
James Marsden.
He's in like the only movies people go see anymore. He
Yeah.
was in X-Men. He's super
And Superman.
handsome.
Yeah.
And Superman. And his hair's great.
He got
I mean,
cucked
come
by
on.
Superman.
He's fine. He's doing just fine.
If I mewed hard enough for long enough, do you think I could get a James Marsden chin?
If you
I'm gonna
mewed-
say yes, even though the answer is no, but I feel yes.
I don't
So I'm
think I
gonna
know
say
how to
yes
do
you.
it.
So he's a Sigma Chad, is what you're saying.
I can't to get into the labels.
Is James Marsden a Sigma Chad?
I can really stretch my neck muscles out like a fucking frog. Are you guys seeing this shit?
When I mew, I feel like I'm just hiding a gross anthrax egg in my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I got a
I'm gonna-
wiki. Do you want to talk more about how handsome and talented and funny James Marsden is? Because if you do,
I just-
We'll save that for the Patreon exclusive.
Here's the thing. I feel like in my brain I have a number of likelihood of most people whether or not they could ever like be on an episode of Clubhouse or something.
yeah,
And James Marsden's is like weirdly high, and
Yeah.
in a way that I don't think reflects reality. But like,
not at all.
I'm like at a 30%, like a 20% chance
yeah.
that we could get James Marsden.
It's weird
to
that
do
that feels
something.
right.
He has really cast a spell on you, Justin.
20% is low. I will remind you.
Not for
Is it? If someone told you had a 20% chance of winning the lottery, you'd be buying a ticket every day.
And those two
Oh well,
events
this
are
is all.
equivalent.
I mean, Griffin, tell me about your wiki. Tell me about your wiki.
hadn't done one in a while. This one
I
was sent in
know, I
by
know.
a lot of
Missed it.
people. A lot of people sent this one, and I do appreciate it. And it's how to have an imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend.
Huh.
Inventing an imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend is easy. All it takes is imagination. Yeah, no
Well,
shit,
yeah,
man.
dude. Well,
Of course.
it depends on, I would say, what your end goal is. Because
You
it
could
would-
have a, you're right. Yeah, you could have a non-imaginative imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend. 'Cause
Well,
you could
I'm
just-
saying if I'm trying to have an imaginary partner in order to convince people I have an imaginary partner, then maybe a powerful
You don't
imagination is actually detrimental.
that's
Right.
true. Wow.
That's true.
Yeah, so maybe this whole article we're about to read is going to be wrong, and it's just going to be like, don't say anything about them.
Yes.
Keep it open and empty so that you can not get caught at any point. Let's start out with create your partner beforehand. Have a firm grasp of who they are, where they're from, what they do, etc., before sharing them with anyone. So that's the opposite of what I just said.
Yes.
So
Huh.
maybe I think maybe let's go with the wiki on this one because they probably put more work into thinking about this stuff.
Can you imagine if you decided I'm gonna convince like my coworkers that I'm dating someone, and
Yeah.
you show up and you're like, yeah, I started dating this new person, and then you spend an hour and a half listing off everything about them, and then
Yeah.
they're like, how long have you guys been dating? And you're like, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's been a passionate, mostly text-based. Mostly text-based
You listed
relationship.
off their height in centimeters. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things that are important when you're getting to know someone.
She's from London, England, so to make her feel comfortable, I have gone metric. Don't give yourself away by taking the time to think up lies on the spot. That's true.
That is
I've been
true.
watching a lot of Traders. I think I'd beat ass at that show because I can always tell if someone pauses for even a microsecond. I catch that shit like bull. I catch that shit like bull easy.
My
Like,
secret,
but like Bull from Night Court?
Bull from Bull.
Bull from the movie Bull. Or in the TV show as well. My secret talent in this area would be if I was trying to like trick people with this kind of thing is that I genuinely don't remember
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that people or don't know.
You have plausible deniability.
plausible
Yeah.
deniability, like where people are like, and this guy and this and yada yada yada. Like I probably legitimately do not. I do not recall if that was the case or not. And I feel like that would be enough of a smokescreen. Like I believe I do have a Canadian partner
Yeah.
Yeah.
of some sort.
What province? I don't know, man.
Province, I don't know.
What
You
are,
gotta
what
make
are
it-
they even called?
Make it memorable, I guess, is what Justin is saying. Like,
Yeah.
pick a name like Jameson Hard Rock, and like you won't forget that.
Or start forgetting important stuff months out. Like
Okay, cool.
where it's like, oh, I drive a I want to say red. Like you know, like
Oh,
where
about
it would be-
yourself too?
Yeah, where if people months later are like, tell me about your boyfriend, and you go up on details.
Yeah.
It's like that's par for the course.
That's them.
Like you
That's
you
cool.
often forget large.
That's helpful for a lot of stuff too, I imagine. Not just
It's called lowering expectations.
Yeah.
And it's probably my superpower.
keep your partner believable. Expect people to ask questions about them. Keep your answers grounded in what you know for sure. Expect people to ask questions about them is interesting because
As is what you know for sure.
right.
Them not being real and all.
I don't know that when someone says I'm dating someone new, I might ask a couple questions. I don't think I'm going to get that deep into what province are they from.
I also, okay, if you're someone who feels the need to invent a partner to convince people you have a partner,
Yeah.
the idea that you're going to seamlessly slip it into conversation in a way that makes people ask a lot of questions is also expecting a lot from you.
Yeah, this is interesting though, because as an addendum to this point, it says either give your imaginary partner an upbringing similar to your own, so you can speak about it with authority, or
They grew up in my house.
You're me, or model them on someone you know well enough to borrow a plausible background, like a best friend, roommate, or cousin. That's troubling.
Maybe not
that
the
one's
cousin
troubling.
one.
Yeah, their name.
Yeah, how did I meet them? Our dads are brothers.
Their name is Susan McElroy.
No, it's cool, man. We did 23andMe, and it's 4 people back. So
It's 4, so it's fine.
I think that's cool.
Use the truth whenever possible. Bolster stories about your partner with real details. Huh? If you tell people about a date or day trip you went on with your partner, use places you've actually been to. Okay.
Like real details from stuff you've done.
Yes, that's awesome.
Really good. This is kind of lying 101. I love all this. I think this is all great stuff. This person is overcomplicating it, though. I have found with the rapid growth in Hallmark original Christmas productions that you really don't need to go through all this trouble. If you look around, there is probably someone pretending to be a boyfriend or girlfriend near you at any given moment. You can hop into one of these productions. Like that. That's scripted. You know what I mean? Or if you fake it long enough, imagine eventually people are going to start filming scenes with you.
Yes.
For inclusion in a Hallmark
And if there's
Christmas movie.
if there's one thing I've learned from movies and TV shows, it's that especially if you want to move up in the corporate world, they feel more comfortable giving those kinds of jobs to married people. It's all they seem to talk about in movies. So you should be able to just find another person in that similar position, right? And just say like, hey, you also want to be like CEO of a company. I do too.
Right.
But we need to be married before they'll let us do that.
You're so far outside the purview of this question. You're so lost in the sauce
that's
right
not in
now.
there?
Getting married, having a sham marriage is actually not involved with how to have an imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend.
That's an easy one. Just roll up wearing a wedding ring one day. And just like, I'm married.
You
now.
are still so far outside of your jurisdiction in this question and what it's trying to propose.
I didn't mean to cross state lines.
I'm just saying it's asking how to imagine a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're saying how to have a sham marriage.
Well,
That's
I once
different.
again point out, Griffin, that the title isn't how to convince other people that you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Right? Because this is not a good way to do
This could be fun. Yeah, no, this could just be a fun little exercise for you. Give a good reason for their absence. When you create your imaginary partner, think space?
They're in space. They're astronauts.
Not that they need space.
No, they have too much of it, frankly. They're up there in it. And they're not going to be back here for 45 years, actually. They are traveling to Mars.
My boyfriend? You mean Dr. Gideon Strongfoot? He's in outer space right now on the ISS.
Yeah,
This is gonna be hard.
The space elevator doors just closed. He's on his way up, man.
Oh, wait,
hard
I'm
for you to
getting a call
understand.
from him now. I can't hear you over the loud space toilet, Dr. Gideon Hardfoot.
This is going to be hard for you to understand, but he is currently hurtling away from me, but he's going to perform what's called a temporal pincer maneuver.
Yeah.
He's going to slingshot around the sun through a black hole, and he is actually going to be here in time for dinner with us tonight. But if he's not here now, he will be here later. But in this reality,
listen,
it will just change.
Outer
He will
space
just always have
really
been
far
here.
away. Yeah.
as long as you're imagining this partner, why not go the whole 9 yards and tell them the absence, the reason my partner's not here, they're a vampire. Can't come out during the day. That's a real problem for them. At night, he's hunting and protecting me from the werewolf faction that's always trying to. And then they're like, what? Vampires aren't real. And you're like, neither's my boyfriend. So now who looks stupid?
But it's
I just feel like if you're going to suggest stuff that they clearly said in the question you can't do, then you are really not living within the sort of the strictures that have been granted to you. Like they did say to not make it imaginative, and you're like giving them leathery bat wings so they can rule over.
so they can
the
fight
night
and
court.
suck blood and live forever. It's a fantastical world, and I think it's great. But again, it's slightly outside the purview. Can you point to a little earbud you have in your ear and say, it's a her? It's a her. I can't, you won't be able to see them because I've got a her in my ear from the movie Her.
So we're inventing to impress people. You're inventing an AI girlfriend.
Vampire out of the question. AI girlfriend.
That is
Now
score
we're-
you some points with the
maybe
big man,
just
the big
go-
boss upstairs.
Go a different way. And they're like, how come we've never met them? And be like, well, it's pretty rocky. Things haven't been going very well between us.
It's not a
lately.
good
So
relationship.
you're
It's
trying to
not a
impress
good-
them with a bad relationship.
People won't ask questions. That's actually really good. No one's going to ask questions after that. How are
We
things with
actually
you
don't
and
get
Samantha?
along very well, but
Bad.
Yeah.
We simply do not like each other very much.
yeah. But neither one of us is ready to pull the trigger on it. So you know what I
Be
mean? Like,
consistent. Come up with one story, the tale of my amazing new partner, and stick to that one story with everyone you know. They put it
Did
in
you
quotes.
write that title of that story, or
Nope.
did they
Come up with one story, parentheses, quote, the tale of my amazing new partner, quote,
what's
in
that,
parentheses.
Susan? You'd like to hear the tale of
Tale
my
of my
amazing.
amazing
Sit
new
down by
partner?
the fire,
Let me favor you with it, Susan.
Derek. Play upon the pipe. Accompany me.
Yes, a tale I know well.
They suggest keeping a diary of events you've done, also keeping up to date with weather in the city where they live, so that you could talk about, well, she's trapped in the freak blizzard. It's what it says.
Starting to feel like a lot of work.
It is a lot.
I gotta tell I wish if you want to convince people if you want to convince people you're not weird and you're normal, you gotta stop doing weird things. Like you're trying to convince people that you're a normal, cool person.
Yeah,
that has
and that's all we need. That's all we want for
That's
you
good,
on this
but
show.
you have to live within that truth, and for me, that means not looking at the weather in the city where your imaginary girlfriend
Yeah.
lives. That's why you're weird. You have to stop doing things
Trying
like
to
that.
be weird enough that you become cool is not going
exactly.
to work.
Like I'm so like no one goes so off the rails that they find themselves back on other rails where
Yeah.
they're like, I'm so so weird that everyone thinks it's like cool and working for me.
I've
Here's a-
convinced everyone I'm cool by being so weird.
This next step seems
God, I miss TikTok.
impossible.
That would have been such a huge sound.
fuck TikTok. Is it? Do you think it's still going to be there by the time this
Not now.
episode come
By
out?
the time this episode is up, this is TikTok.
I'm thinking there's a last minute Hail Mary
Hail Mary for
to
sure.
save it.
Come on. So this one's impossible. Enlist someone you trust to help. Coach them on who your partner is, what they look like, how they interact with people, what they like and what they don't like to talk about. If I had this person in my life, I wouldn't need to invent an imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend. If I had someone who I could trust so deeply that I could get
Yeah.
them in on the con of my imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend, any sort of intimacy needs or human connection that I need, I have in that incredible friend.
Could you thread the needle on a romantic comedy where a guy insists the help of his girl best friend in inventing a girlfriend?
Yeah.
And he doesn't see the girl that loves him is right there because he's so busy inventing a girlfriend that doesn't exist. Is
That
this
is definitely a movie that already
That's
exists.
10 movies.
gotta be a movie?
Now, here's what's more
11
interesting,
movies.
right? Especially if your coworkers are like have been in relations for a while or are married. Don't invent a fake boyfriend or girlfriend. Invent a fake potential boyfriend or girlfriend that you're like, oh, there's some sparks, right? Like, I don't know, I really like them. I don't know how they feel about me. That's interesting. There's tension there.
There's
Once
tension.
you're like in the relationship, after a while, it's like, okay, cool, man. Please stop talking about this.
That's
person.
also all I want to hear about too.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, like I'm 44. If you like, you think there's something sparkle with you in the flinty coffee shop guy, like, great, man.
Absolutely.
Let's hear about that. I
Yeah,
wanna-
especially if I start to suspect you're making it up. Then I'm going to get
even
really,
more. Oh,
really
then I want every
curious.
single detail.
This next step is where I think it maybe goes too far. And it is to give your partner an online presence.
Okay.
Here is you've lost me. You're catfishing yourself. You're Matt fishing if your name is Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just fishing, I think, at this point.
You're actually putting catfish into the water. Is
You're
what's happening.
seeding. You're a
It's
farm.
what is that called? You're opening up the plane
The
and just
sluice.
dropping
Yeah.
Yes.
thousands of pounds.
You've set up your own like trout cannon or whatever they're
You're
called.
seeding the pond.
I saw that happen once when I was a reporter for the Iron Tribune. I was there when they brought this huge stupid truck, and they sent a reporter, man, to this huge stupid truck to the back of Lake Vesuvius. They just opened it out, and there's about 1 million of the most fucking confused fish you've ever seen in your entire. Just
Oh, man.
blasting out of it. Yeah,
What a party.
There was probably 200 fucking people just like, yeah, woo! And I was one of them because that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
there
a
were
lot of
so
fish.
many fish.
I wish, Justin, that you had the scientific capabilities to interview one of those fish, because the story they're going to tell of like, I don't know, man, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know where I am.
I hope to
fucking
God.
fascinating.
Guys, if you are good at internet and you start digging through the Iron Tribune website, you could probably find a picture that I took.
Of
With the headline, I don't fucking know, man. It was wild.
Look at all these fish.
With the headline, check this shit out.
Let's go to the money zone.
It's better with you.
I'll tell you who's really got my number, who ran a background check on me and knows everything that they need to know to do what they need to do and do it right, and that is Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix, I've been using for a while. Always look forward to getting a box of duds. But using Stitch Fix taught me about my personal style, and so I found some brands elsewhere that I found, and I liked the clothes, liked the way it fit. You know what's happened, guys? Stitch Fix has started to send me stuff from those freaking brands. They've got me so dialed in. They have their oracles, their fashion oracles. Have seen my future, and they know exactly what I like. I'm
Griffin,
keeping
can I try something
everything
real
in these
quick?
boxes. Yeah, sure.
Here's the thing about these duds. They're no duds. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
These duds aren't duds. There's probably a cleaner
These
version
duds
of it,
aren't
like,
duds.
There's no duds here.
no duds here.
No
Except
duds
for the
in these
there are.
duds.
No duds.
So
Don't give me
all of
duds
that
on
was to
these
say that
duds.
Stitch Fix is good at what they do, and that is sending you stuff to try on, and then you keep what you want, and you send back what
And
you
they
want,
all
like, no problem.
explode.
They don't explode.
What explodes?
With fashion? Because they're not duds.
No, come on.
Oh, like these are live fire.
Yeah.
Like these are fireworks.
No, I
But
know it's
they're
not there.
I don't actually think. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, the copy doesn't mention anything about jazzing up what their whole brand and like what their whole identity is. It doesn't say. No, there's some stuff in here about like you get a stylist and then they
It's a
like
circus
figure
of
out your style.
value.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about jazz up a tagline for us. Travi is not.
Well, no, that's implied. There's an
yeah.
assumed
Okay.
service.
Yeah, cool. I do like Stitch Fix a lot. It's got personal styling.
I'm
for
wearing
everyone.
Stitch Fix right now.
Yes, I have Stitch Fix jeans on, and they know what makes my tuchus work.
They do.
Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/brother. That's stitchfix.com/brother.
Eating great, nutritious stuff, it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy, actually. And that's a surprise to you at this point in your life. You've been told lies. That's right. I'm here to tell you the truth about Marley Spoon. Hi. You want to fast track your way to eating well without the stress? Check out Marley Spoon. They give you over 100 recipes to choose from every week. They got cozy comfort food like a beef stroganoff or maybe something a little lighter fare, like
More like stroganoff.
salmon and creamy mustard dill sauce tray bake. Imagine. They just launched a new 15-minute express recipes. That's going to be great for me and my busy family. They put 3 of these on the menu every week. You got a few extra minutes to spare. They also have 20-minute options too if you want to. You're pressed for time. And
But
they got
Justin,
yeah.
do they have anything from Martha Stewart?
Yeah, they got at least 2 of Martha's incredible recipes every single week. And if you're, gotta check that. If you don't trust Martha, who can you
Do they
trust?
have any recipes from French Stewart?
That is,
Yeah, they do.
yeah. Actually,
They won't.
Charles
He ghost wrote a lot of these. That man's got a palate you would not believe.
this new year, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head on over to marleyspoon.com/offer/mybrother and use code MYBROTHER for up to 27 free meals. That's right, up to 27 free meals.
That's like a
at
whole
Marley Spoon.
year.
One last time, that's
That's it's not, man.
Yes, I love Marley Spoon. I eat 2 every month.
They send you these 2-week turbo meals, each one worth 140,000 calories.
They stuff you up so bad.
Yeah,
you
man.
wouldn't believe it. And if you try to slice it up, they know.
In one.
They won't send you anymore. They're never gonna do this again. We always fuck up. There's not enough advertisers for us to keep doing this. We gotta stop doing this.
Okay, let's be clear then. Marley Spoon doesn't send you giant brick like 120,000 calorie turbo meals. They send you normal meals.
Size meals. Head on over to marleyspoon.com/offer/mybrother and use offer code MYBROTHER for up to 27 free meals.
And make sure you use our promo code MYBROTHER so they know we sent you.
When should I stop telling people to have a good night? I work overnights at a truck stop, typically from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And my heart says morning starts at 5 a.m. because that's the time they announce a new day in Animal Crossing. But it feels weird to wish people a good night at 4:30 a.m. Am I wrong about when morning starts? Is there a time-neutral way to wish someone well? That's from Time Sensitive in Texas.
I wanted to talk about this because I have a couple, and I know these are me, weird hangups about this. And one is like, good morning feels like such a greeting. Good night feels like such a parting.
Right.
It also feels weird at 11:30 a.m. that I would say good morning.
Yeah.
But then it's afternoon is until afternoon. There's so many of
Isn't it weird?
It feels
Isn't it weird that if you walk up to someone at a truck stop and they're like, good morning, you'd be like, oh, good morning. If you walk up to someone at a truck stop and they're like, good night.
I love you.
This is what I'm saying.
Should I leave? No, good night.
Good night.
Do you want me to, should I go?
But there's a different, this isn't good night. This is
But
have
if
a
they
good night.
say, now explain this one to me. Good evening.
Oh,
If
God.
they say that, that's
Don't
cool.
let them
That's
in.
fine.
Good evening is welcoming. Good night is get out of here. Have a good night is a blessing. Have a good night has a power and an intention behind it. And I think that it's really strong. And I love a have a good night. I'll take a have a good night over a good morning any day
I
of the
think
week.
this is what Griffin is hitting on here, right? I think it's about what's in front of you.
Okay.
Ooh.
So if you think this is a judgment on the person, I think, because what you're really saying is have a good rest of your day.
Uh-huh.
If this person seems to be starting their day,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But if they seem to be wrapping up, heading to bed,
Have a
then
good
it's good
night.
night. But I think it's contextual to the person.
What
Okay, that's
about
interesting.
what do you guys think about have a good one?
I love have a good one.
Hey, have a good one.
Have a good one.
As you finish your transaction at this truck stop, you say have a good one. Could be have a good drive.
will
Have a good sleep. Have a
I
good
will
night.
say-
Have a good morning.
That's probably my number. Have a good one is for me, it's some
Folksy.
combination of have a good one, hang in there,
Yeah. Stay
stay
safe.
safe,
Stay safe.
stay safe.
Stay safe.
Hang
Keep
in
your
there,
head on a
stay
swivel.
safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And if I like the person, sometimes they're gonna keep it sleazy.
Yeah,
So,
that's nice.
Or take her
Take
sleazy.
it sleazy. That's a good one. That's
Yeah, have fun out there.
hang in
in
there.
there,
Is
chin
usually, hang in there is a good one because I think everybody needs to hear that. I think everybody would welcome a hang in there. It's a good confirmation that your situation requires hanging in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where we could really improve this whole thing. Because obviously the fabric of society is just unraveling before
Yeah.
we speak.
And
we need to, we need to,
I'm working
we gotta
on that.
we gotta fuse it back together and make a little bit more connection in our life. Instead of good morning, let's swap out the good part for something more direct or actionable.
Oh my God.
Strong-
What if they walk in
strong-
and you're like, bad morning?
No. That's not what I'm saying either, Justin. I'm
Okay.
saying give them a direction like strong morning. Brave morning.
Ooh.
And then you're telling them you should be brave be brave today.
have a powerful
All
day.
I ever want is for us to just now a lot of our the things that we say are from sort of our naval or mariner history. That's especially common in cultures.
Right.
that
Do you
are
mean
on the
about
water.
us as McElroys, our naval history?
Us as a people? And I feel like I always am very drawn to greetings and stuff about the sea, right? Or the winds.
Mm-hmm.
May the wind,
Fair winds.
May the winds
fair,
in your
fair
sails.
winds. Fair
Yeah.
winds find
seas.
you on the sea of advent.
Yeah. Even you saying that there gave me douche chills, Juice, if I'm being
hated it.
honest.
I
If
hated
anyone hit me with a fair winds traveler,
Fair winds. No, okay. But if I walk into a truck stop at 2 a.m. and the person behind the counter is like, fair winds, traveler, I'm good. That will help me out immensely. I would be fucking stoked, actually, and I will probably linger because that's pretty cool.
As a shopkeep, as a vendor or shopkeep, you can hit me with a fair winds traveler.
Fair winds,
Okay,
keep
how many times would they have to say "Greetings, weary traveler" before it becomes so natural for
That
them?
I don't like. There's
don't like
no
greetings, weary
professional.
traveler.
No, an innkeep, a hotel manager could hit me with a greetings, weary traveler. I will turn around. I will get on hotels tonight. I will find different
You're
lodgings.
not going to
Warm
sleep
your
in the same
bones by the
building as that.
Slurpee machine.
No, I don't need that.
Come
from
in,
them.
sup upon our pretzel dogs.
If it's going to be novel, it has to be a goodbye because I need to
Yes.
be out of there. I need to know that I'm not about to hang out with.
No. If it's a goodbye, though, you've opened yourself up to like the. Sorry, what'd you say?
What was
And then
that?
you have to be like, I said, fair winds, traveler, may rise his glory keep thee. Sorry,
Rise
I
his
just-
glory, keep the But then you know what you do, Juice? You can leave then because
by
you're
the way,
done with that. You don't have to
RH
hang out in
Lions.
that moment.
Yeah, that's true.
But
They
if
don't,
you
don't
start
want
with
to
a
stew in it
greetings-
regardless.
If you hit them with greetings and then say fair winds, traveler, I feel like you've started to set
You've
the
opened
tone.
the door to them being a character.
Yeah, we're like, greetings.
It is good, Travis. That's good. That is good. If you give someone a little hint that like, hey, I'm kind of a cut up.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
want to watch out for me.
I don't think you can animate it. You can't be like, greetings. Greetings. And then you can hit them with fair winds, traveler, right at the end.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's a bookend here. Now the pattern makes sense. Now, when they pay, you'd have to say, that will be 20 coin of the realm. And just see how that
See,
plays
you're making
out.
me uncomfortable. I don't.
13
That
of the
energy.
King Silver.
I mean, it's fun.
Are you
and
willing to barter? I'll take 3 chickens for this Slim Jim.
I need to be warned before going into this business that there is going to be some creative anachronism taking place inside of it, or else it is entrapment. If there's a sign on the door, if it's decked out like a tavern and there's chickens outside the gas station, I know, like, okay, going in here, it's going to be a medieval times experience for me and my kids. Then that is okay.
True. Yeah, if I
can't
roll
walk-
up and it's just a Sunoco, and then there's just a
Yes.
sign on the bathroom door that says privy,
Yeah.
but
If
that's
you-
the only thing in the whole place?
You pop into a 7-Eleven and there's a sorcerer behind the counter. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready for that.
But I love it. It depends on how long I've been traveling at that point. If I'm 10 minutes away
How
from my
weary.
house,
How weary are you?
I'm not ready for that. If it's like hour 8 of the drive and there's a sorcerer at the 7-Eleven,
No
I'm good for
fucking
another
way,
4
man.
hours of driving.
4 a.m. 4 a.m. feels good
See,
to me.
I think it's 6, man.
Good dawn.
6 a.m.?
Sunrise. I think it's sunrise. Because then it's dawn and then it's morning.
6 a.m. is for me the cutoff where if we have like a flight the next day for tour and I know that I have to wake up before 6, that
You're
to
waking
me
up
is
the
like,
night before.
this is a problem. Like, this is a huge, it's like I'll recheck that. Like, I'm not doing this math right. I can't be waking up before 6 a.m.
Okay.
That's not right.
Okay, but all joking aside,
Okay.
guys,
Yeah.
it's midnight, right? Night, dawn, morning, afternoon, evening.
You're trying to quantify something that can't be.
There is no
These are
firm
the-
time.
Night ends when the sun comes up.
When does evening begin?
Afternoon, 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, afternoon. You said afternoon. That's interesting. Afternoon.
So maybe there's not a firm limit
Evening
on
is 5
these things.
o'clock.
It's all abstract. This is what we're
Okay,
trying
but
to.
we know that like the sun goes down, night begins. The sun comes up, day begins.
if
That's
someone at 4:30 is like, have a good night.
That's crazy.
enjoy the rest.
It's 4:30. It's time to. It is time to go. If I'm up at 4:30, it's the next day. If I'm in the gas station at 3:30, maybe I'm coming home from a very long
Then
shift.
here's the problem. It's a societal problem and not a time problem. We need
Problems with our society?
Yeah, we need to start having indicators that let me, the shopkeep, know if you're heading home or heading out.
Okay.
Right? So that way, if you're heading home, right, after a night shift and you're going to bed, it is night for you. You're going to bed.
Oh, but
You've just woken up and it's still early. It's morning for you.
Normally, this would be very difficult, but you are, as a truck station attendant, is supremely well positioned to see what they're putting in their body, right?
Cool.
If you're my grandpa Dan, when he was up late driving for the railroad and he would stop at a truck stop, he would get a chocolate milk and a big bottle of Excedrin for the caffeine and for his headaches. That was his thing. If I see someone getting a big bottle of Excedrin and chocolate milk, they're not going to sleep. You know what I mean?
Sure about that?
They got a long.
His best vehicle for caffeine was Excedrin.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why he's such an unhappy person.
If I chugged a bottle... We should just have... Oh, okay.
What? I want a munch.
Squad.
I want to munch.
Squad.
Welcome to Munch Squad, this podcast within podcast, profiling the latest and greatest in brand eating. I got two big stories. That's why I had to cut us off previously. I got two big stories. Here's the first one. Pop-Tarts, Krispy Kreme, they're doing it.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Pop-Tarts beginning today for a limited time at participating shops, and I don't have a Krispy Kreme in Huntington, so I'm probably going to have to drive to Charleston. Pop-Tarts is doing a Krispy Kreme collabo. Krispy Kreme popping off the new year with 3 insanely tasty new donuts. We got a Pop-Tarts frosted strawberry donut, which is an unglazed shell, always so appetizing when they put it that way, filled with strawberry filling, dipped in shortbread icing, and topped with shortbread pieces, sugar sprinkles, strawberry filling drizzle, and a frosted Pop-Tart bites piece.
That's a lot of shit, man.
Hey, Justin, can I have a moment to say something about these donuts and Pop-Tarts? One, it's really blurring the lines because this isn't a wild, like, Pop-Tarts and donut are not that far apart.
They're friends.
In the, like, if I'm breaking down by species, phylum, kingdom, whatever,
Sure,
right?
Yeah.
And
They're
so
associates.
to say we put strawberry icing and like a cream cheese topping, so now it's like a Pop-Tart donut. And even looking at this picture, at least for 2 out of the 3 styles, they've gone to the effort of just gluing on a little Pop-Tart.
So, yeah, the little Pop-Tart fascinator on some of these is what I really want to get to.
Yeah, I love that.
But
There's
the
a
third
tiny-
design, you don't even get that.
Well, that's true, but it's a donut based on a Pop-Tart. So, like, I don't know what you...
But you can't tell me strawberry icing, the new thing in donuts.
It's strawberry filling, a shortbread icing with pieces of shortbread on it. And
This
sugar
just
crumble.
feels so corporate
They
to me.
don't make Pop-Tarts bites.
This
in a
doesn't
chocolate
feel
flavor.
inspired the way that donuts normally do. This feels
That-
like a cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. That's true, Trav. That's actually like, wow. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, man, I think they're just doing this to sell donuts.
I
don't
expect
think this
better.
is about the passion
I
or
don't-
like
I expect better from Kellanova, a leader in global snacking, international cereal, and
Yeah.
noodles.
usually they're in it for the heart. You know, they have the heart
art
of
and the heart.
a snacking company.
They're doing a brown sugar one and a chocolatey fudge donut one. Krispy Kreme and Pop-Tarts are coming together for the very first time, and you know the result will be crazy good, says Dave Skinner, Krispy Kreme chief growth officer.
You need to pick a voice for Dave Scanna, Justin.
Well, Dave Skinner's voice
Can I tell
when
you-
Count Donut does it is
Yeah.
different from the Dave Skinner
Okay.
voice when I do it.
It actually,
Krispy
for a
Kreme-
second, I thought, why is this so weird to me? And then I realized Count Donut's not
It's
yet.
true,
It hit me.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme and Pop-Tart fans will love kicking off the year with this delicious collaboration. Now, let's check in with Kellanova. What do they have to say about this? Pop-Tarts aren't just for the toaster. They can infuse culinary creativity to delight consumers. Krispy Kreme has done an incredible job of bringing this opportunity to life, combining their iconic donuts with the beloved flavors of Pop-Tarts to create a truly one-of-a-kind experience for fans of both brands. We're proud of this partnership to bring crazy good to donuts and donut lovers in unexpected ways.
Can you words mean things. And saying a once in a lifetime experience.
Once in a lifetime.
The idea that I'm going to eat this donut and then begin to weep because nothing will ever match that exact experience again. That's like, this is, I'll never know this again.
I also love when a press release refers to me as a consumer. That's awesome.
Because
that makes it feel like this press release should be barking at me from a loudspeaker in the corner of my house. And every morning they deliver a hot and fresh. Oh, hey, who's this?
You know who that is?
That's it's one of the Mannings.
The younger Manning, I believe. Elijah.
Yeah, before I start this press release, I got this up for you guys. You could just kind of tell people what's happening here while I pull the press release.
Looks like Eli Manning is holding a bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch.
A human bottle of ranch is holding a real bottle of ranch.
And he's squirted either some of himself or the ranch dressing bottle onto a big pepperoni pizza.
And his face and body language is a shrug.
He is making the littlest stinker face I've ever seen.
Now, what do you see?
He's apologized. Like, I don't know,
Let's get more details, though. Let's get more details, guys. What else do you see? Give me more clues. What else you got?
Hidden Valley Ranch is partnered with Pizza Hut to make a signature ranch pizza. And then I see just down here at the bottom, Justin, score a one-of-a-kind resin-encased collectible.
And then you've cut off.
Is it bottle of ranch or pizza or Eli Manning? Get a resin-encased Eli Manning. No, a pizza.
A resin case collectible Pizza Hut pizza that Eli Manning has signed with ranch dressing.
Holy shit. That's what we're seeing scrolled across the pizza.
Yeah. So we've got 3 images here that you can use for this. One of these 3. For the big game, you got to have big prizes.
Yeah.
And the new Easy Squeeze bottle from Hidden Valley Ranch is so exciting. And powerful.
Can you scroll back up? The second image is killing.
It's so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Even the 10 other winners prize. Can I tell you the 10 other winners will receive a year's supply of Hidden Valley Ranch and Pizza Hut pizza.
So you wanted me to
scroll back up just real quick.
This is what you want to see the
so
images?
these are images you could use, I guess, to tell your friends like we could win this or we'll use this, right?
Right.
So the first one is just a picture, it has the logo and then ranch on one side, pizza on the other, and then the third picture, bottle of ranch pizza. The middle
sitting on a yard line at a football field.
The middle one is a very close up of just a hand holding the pizza, as if to say, in case you're wondering what it looked like. When Eli Manning will scrawl his name in ranch. A little something like this.
Some clumsy, I will say, layer mashing happening in the photo edit.
They're changing the game with the launch of their brand new Easy Squeeze bottle, making it even easier to add ranch flavor to everything.
I will say that's next level. I fucking hate that I have to put ranch dressing bottles upside down where they then rest on the very small nozzle end of the bottle, top heavy the whole time, threatening to fall over
I'm willing
knock over
to
my
bet
other condiments.
That here, Easy Squeeze actually translates to we used thinner, cheaper plastic, so it's easier to crush it in your hand like a Coke bottle.
That's
to celebrate, they are teaming up with Pizza Hut and football legend Eli Manning to create the one-of-a-kind Hidden Valley Ranch signature pizza delivered by Pizza Hut. This unexpected collectible is a crave-worthy Pizza Hut pepperoni
Unexpected is doing a lot of work there.
This unexpected collectible is forbidden. It should probably say
this unforeseen collectible,
ungodly,
unimaginable collectible.
This unfathomable collectible is a crave-worthy Pizza Hut pepperoni pizza autographed by Eli Manning using the precision and control of the new...
The precision and control afforded by these easily squeezely bottles.
Easy Squeeze bottle preserved in resin for eternity.
You haven't tested that, Pizza Hut.
Certainly
you
not
don't
eternity.
know.
You could encase this ranch-covered pizza in a 10 by 10-foot lucite cube, and I would still be able to smell it. You could put this motherfucker in carbonite. I would smell it from the other room.
PSA, the largest and most respected third-party authentication and grading company for trade. Oh, sorry. PSA is the name of it. This is not a public service announcement.
Okay, cool.
PSA, the largest and most respected third-party authentication and grading company for trading cards and memorabilia, will authenticate the prize pizza. And they're, like, hey, Vicky, you won't believe the day I had today. I had to watch Eli Manning sign a pizza with ranch and then sign a paper that said, yep, he did it.
Yeah, that sure is that one.
Our new bottle design is a game changer for ranch lovers, making it even easier to enjoy every drop of Hidden Valley Ranch without the mess.
I don't think about ranch dressing coming in drops.
It's more of a stream.
It's a viscous. There's a viscosity. There's no dropping that's going to
If
happen.
a recipe called for 5 drops of ranch, you wouldn't quite know what
you would lose your mind.
Also, imagine if someone said, "Oh yeah, baseball. This new innovation's a real game changer. We made it a little easier to swing the bat." It's not really a game changer.
The game has changed for ranch lovers, though. I think it's fair.
Yeah, because the bottle.
And one lucky winner will receive the one-of-a-kind Hidden Valley Ranch signature pizza encased in resin. And the 10 runners-up will receive a year's supply of Hidden Valley Ranch and a Pizza Hut pizza to create your own signature moments.
Yeah, but you got to think about the taxes you're paying.
How much I need in a year.
The taxes you're paying on winning that pizza. You're going to end up having to give back at least 30% of that pizza. But also, when I win that resin-encased Eli Manning signed pizza, do they also provide free security for me and the pizza for life? Because I've just become a target. You know what I mean?
You have a one-of-a-kind piece of art there.
Yeah.
And are they going to look after you? No,
this is
you
what I'm
look
saying.
after yourself.
Who's going to keep me and my family safe
Hey,
now that we
Eli.
have the Crystal Pizza?
Here's a question: who pays the taxes on this pizza?
That's what I'm saying, Justin.
Is that my problem? Do I have to deal with that?
You got to
It's
stop
Eli
zooming
Manning.
in. You have to stop zooming into Eli Manning's face.
That face is actually saying very clearly, I'm not responsible for this. Sorry,
Thank
guys.
you. So you can go get that pizza if you want. I will
Or
say
you
this,
could just buy a pizza and
They say
some
Sign
ranch.
it yourself.
on the actual thing, the website, it says that the pizza is dehydrated and you should not consume because it won't
There
be
it
safe
is.
to eat. Do you know how sad it is that they have to hedge against the possibility?
Yeah.
They're only doing one.
Yeah.
So they have to hedge against the possibility that the one singular pizza they make like this is going to end up in the hands of the one person on earth who would be like, yumma, yumma.
You guys remember
Thank you.
that heartbreaking scene of The Walking Dead where they were all out of food and the only thing left was their Eli Manning signed pizza and they had to break open the resin?
Open. Yeah.
It's dehydrated. That means we have to mix it with zombie piss.
I thought the show took a weird turn in season 33, but
They mix zombie piss with Eli Manning's dehydrated resin.
and they used zombie Eli Manning zombie piss to do it. It was a good cameo. I can't believe they got him.
There's still some good episodes. The whole original cast got up already.
Yeah.
There's still some good episodes. The Eli Manning Lucite Pizza arc lost me a little bit.
But
and
the
then
robot stuff is great.
it's
robot
great. And like Negan, we're loving him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you've enjoyed yourself. I know I've enjoyed getting to record it. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Hey, Florida or Florida. February
If
20th.
Flo Rida wanted to come to our shows.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? February 20th and 21st, my brother, me, and Taz are going to be in Tampa. It's our first live Taz in Florida. And then February 22nd, my brother, me is in Jacksonville, Florida. Tickets are on sale now. More info and ticket links, go to bit.ly/McElroy Tours.
We got a new plush that we been working on in collab with U2's. It's a Miggy plush, Miggy Mackerel from the McElroy Family Clubhouse, a streaming program you can watch on our YouTube channel every Tuesday. It's only available for a little bit, though. It's only available till January 28th. So go to miggy.youtooz, that's YOUTOOZ.com, and grab yourself one of these while supplies last.
Speaking of, there's only a couple of Champions Grove packages left. It's the gaming event that I put on now in its second year, Memorial Day weekend.
It's fun. I did it, and I liked it, and you're not better than me.
There you
True.
go. So go to championsgrove.com for all the information and to see the remaining packages. Also, we've got a Wake Up and Do Good shirt in the merch store, and all proceeds from that shirt go to the Transgender Law Center, which organizes, assists, informs, and empowers thousands of individual community members towards a long-term national trans-led movement for liberation. And 10% of all merch proceeds this month will be donated to the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So
Thank
go
you so
check that out.
much to Montaigne for the It's Our theme song, My Life is Better With You. Let this powerful music start your year off so right. And then let's end the show very quickly. Let's just end the show very quickly. We don't know. We don't have the thing.
Maybe we should each share a personal fear.
No, go ahead, Juice. Juice had it.
That's all, folks.
You do still need to say your name, though.
No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to put my name on something that doesn't have an ending. You know what I mean? Like, I really am proud of the whole episode.
Could we recreate, like, if
we
the three of us...
recap the episode? Yes.
You know, like, recreate, like, imagine, like, we're going to create a sound bath, but it's the three of us getting into a car, turning on the engine, and driving away really fast. Like, you think we could make the sound of that?
We already did sound baths.
Damn it, you're
we
right.
did it.
Yeah.
And we did Wishes, and now...
We could do The Distance by Cake a cappella.
Okay, let's just, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, let's...
No bad ideas.
He's going for speed! That was sort of
He's
B-52's.
all alone, in his time of...
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line.
My name is Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis Ackroyd.
That's not going to be it,
By the end of the year, it's going to be sick.
We're going to have it.
We'll
That's-
figure it out. I'm Griffin McElroy.
This has been My Brother, Me. Kiss your dad square on the lips.
It's better with you. My life, it's better with you. My life, it's better with you. Yes, it's true. It's better with two. My life, it's better with you.
Maximum Fun.
A worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported directly by you.